Hello everyone, welcome back to Lafayette Corner and welcome back to the Winter League Challenge here in Cheese League Baseball. Of course, the Gorgonzola Grays versus the Manchego Mallards. Today on the hill, Shante Peppers for the Grays and Moises Fletcher for the Mallards. Welcome back to the brand new broadcast booth here at Cheese League Baseball. Ball inside. Camden Anthony, leadoff hitter here for the Grays. And past the diving first baseman. Muddy Water fires it in. This little haze going on here today at Lafayette Corner. Here's Henry Wrestles. No hits so far in the tournament. Very good speed in the base pass, and that's a hit through the left side. So 2-1, no outs here. The Gorgonzola Grays looking to make an impact early on in this game. Art Michael steps in, hitting .250 so far in the tournament. There's a foul. And popped up. Muddy Water is there. No, maybe not. Muddy Water can't get there. Drops in, 1 run scores. And just like that, the Grays take the 1-0 lead. Boy, that just kind of died, didn't it? Kind of died off the bat. I thought that for sure Muddy Water would have had that. And check on the runner. The infield in early on in this game. Arlo Franks sneaks one through the right side. Run comes home. It's an RBI single for Franks. And Gorgonzola Grays take the 2-0 lead here at the top of the first.
No, that's high.
Zeke Bond steps in now. Looks at a ball.
Ball high.
And there's ball 3. See, Moises Fletcher already looking a little tense. Pops that one up.
You're out.
Carson in, no chance. Definitely not going to advance those runners. And that, believe it or not, folks, that is the first out. There's Remus Baldwin. And it's a hard hit ball. Fouled away.
That's low.
1-1. Popped up. Muddy Water is there this time.
He's out.
And they're not testing his arm. So now 2 outs, 2 on.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And here's Cash Chavez. Fletcher, of course, 4-seamer, slider, curve, changeup, and screwball. And that's a grounder to fan for the final out of the inning. But the Gorgonzola Grays strike first. They get 2 runs here. So we go to the bottom half of the frame. Here's Austin Carson to lead it off for the Mallards. Manchego Mallards won 10-3 in the first game of this series. They'd like to go up 2-0. Of course, this is a best of 5. There's a ball outside. 2-2, and got him swinging. Zariah Heaps steps in. 333 so far in the tournament.
That's outside.
Ball outside, 2-1.
No, that's high.
Shante Peppers a little bit more of a junk pitcher, 4-seamer.
That's ball 4.
And that's what you get from junk pitchers, a lot of walks. Keaton Estes. 4-seamer, slider, curve, change, and the forkball as well for Peppers. And 2-0 now on Estes. Sitting 750 so far in the tournament. Mid-range speed on the base pass here for the Manchego Mallards.
Ball 4.
And 2 walks. So that is interesting. Here's Cork Muddy Water, right fielder,
59.
with 1 out, 2 runners on, and a chance to make an impact, maybe even tie the ball game. And that one's lined right to Michaels. Covers. Oh, he pulls off the double play. Look at that. The 1-4 double play. A little bobble action. Covers.
Now batting, the shortstop.
And just like that, the Mallards strand 2 runners. Malachi Jacobson steps in. Homer and 3 RBIs so far in the tournament
Ball.
for Jacobson. They had all 3 RBIs for the Grays in that first game.
He's out.
Grounds out here to the shortstop
Now batting,
for out
the
number 1,
catcher, number
which is
3.
Jackson Moynes.
No, inside.
Gorgonzola Grays, more of a rotation team. Average, maybe a little above average. Does that one get in the stands? Yes, it does. Maybe a little above average on power and contact throughout that lineup. A little bit more of a balanced lineup, I would say. See contact numbers for Moynes. Number 9 hitter off the charts. Heaps is there to snare that
Now
one.
batting, the center fielder.
Here's
number
Camden Anthony,
27.
That's low.
leadoff hitter for the Grays.
That's inside.
See the Grays fans wearing their Gorgonzola gray. That one's hit quite well. Does that have the distance? Yes, it does. Gone off the facade. That was a pretty good poke. Off the facade, 419-foot shot. Anthony's first homer, first RBI of this tournament.
Now batting,
And the
second
Gorgonzola
baseman,
Grays take the 3-0
number
lead.
24.
Ball
Here's Henry
outside.
wrestles. Fletcher's looking quite tense. You see a lot of movement
That's
there
inside.
on the velocity, junk, and accuracy meters. Popped up. Who's going to get it? Oh, looks like it's
You're out.
going to be Fletcher for out number 3. Grays get another run here. We will, I believe that's actually how the Grays fared in the first game of this set between these two teams. I think they got 3 runs early, and then the Mallards came back,
Ball. That's inside.
if memory serves me correct. Here's Diligence, number 5 hitter here for the Mallards.
Nope. Inside.
The bottom of the second. Skied to left field. Can of corn there for Baldwin. That's out number 1. That brings up Elliott Fan. See the Mallards fans wearing their Mallard green shirts.
Ball. High.
1 and 2 now on Fan. And ball way inside, 2 and 2. And jam shot into center field for a base hit. So the Mallards with the base runner here.
Now batting,
Brings up Kelvin Hiker. Looking
number
tense so far
36.
in this tournament. And he pops that one up. Home run in a silo.
You're out.
Shante Peppers puts it away.
Now batting,
She's pitching quite well.
shortstop,
Pitching quite well as Peppers. So far, really shutting down these Manchego hitters. Manchego, they're a little higher on contact, and you
Ball inside.
can see that up and down their lineup. The contact numbers are off the charts. There's a grounder. And there's the final out of the inning. Peppers is doing a good job of calming down and cooling down these Manchego hitters.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 29.
You know, the Mallards, too,
Outside.
they are
Nope.
a team with a great rotation.
Ball
On
outside.
paper, a team with a great rotation and a great bullpen. As Art Michaels steps in and looks at a strike. Fletcher working back. Maybe not paying off so far this game. Don't throw it there again. That one is tanked, but foul. And ooh, got him, pulled the string. Fletcher
Now
strikes him
batting,
out.
The first baseman, number
Brings
2.
up Arlo Franks, first baseman here for the Grays.
That's outside.
Of course, after these 2 games, we'll be going to the home of Gorgonzola. Ooh, that one is a shot, but foul. That's going to hit the tugboat. Or the riverboat. Sorry, not the tugboat, the riverboat. Full count to Franks, and pops that one up. That one is carrying to deep left center, or right center. Carson puts it away.
Now batting, the designated
Ball's
hitter,
carrying out of
number
Lafayette
13.
corner today. Maybe these hitters are just squaring it up. That one's off of Fletcher. Can he recover? Yes, he does. There's the final out. I think these Grays hitters are just squaring it up a little bit better on Fletcher for whatever reason. Maybe the ball's not necessarily carrying out of Lafayette corner.
Number 28.
Here's Ibarra. Steps in now. Left fielder, number 9 hitter. To Jacobson at short. There's out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder.
And here's Austin Carson, leadoff hitter for the Manchego Mallards. Foul ball. And a base hit up the middle. Mallards with the base runners. Uriah Heaps steps in. Walked her first time up. Very, very good speed in the base pass here for the Mallards. Let's see if they can make something happen.
Ball, that's up.
2-0 to Heaps. And the runner goes.
Inside.
They test the arm. And safe. Pretty good arm behind the plate, too. So that was a good steal. Full count now on Heaps. And that one is hit. Right at Chavez. Runner tags. And now we have 2 outs. Runner on third base for Keaton Estes, who walked his first time up. DH hitter.
Ball, that's outside. That's outside.
And the 2-1. It's fouled away. 2-2. And fouled into the Mallards dugout.
Outside.
Ooh, tried to get him to chase outside that big hook. And there's a grounder to Jacobson.
He's out.
And the Mallards leave another runner in scoring position. As we go to the top of the 4th, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Grays. Remus Baldwin. Let's take a temperature check here on Moises Fletcher. 51 pitches now here, top of the 4th.
That's down.
Leaders are still trending downward, looking a little more neutral, maybe settled in.
That's outside.
3-1 now on Baldwin. And working back, although that looked a little low to me. And got him swinging through it. 83 mile an hour, I believe that was a changeup.
Number 8.
And Chavez steps in and hits that one. Very high. Does that have the distance? It's going to be off the big wall. And he's a stand-up double for Chavez. Boy, did he miss a home run dead center field by probably about a foot. Holy cow, that was like right off the top of the wall. And that one gets away from the catcher. And the runner advances to third.
Nope, that's high.
As Jacobson steps in.
Ball, that's low.
1 out here, 3-0.
Take your base.
And Jacobson's walked.
Now batting, the
Now
catcher,
Jackson
number
Loyne
3.
steps in. 0 for 1 so far today. Runners in the corners, 1 out here. Chance to maybe blow this game open. And boy, Fletcher's really, really battling now out there.
Ball 4.
Really struggling. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull him now
Now batting, the center fielder.
as Anthony steps in. And yes, we're going to have a pitching change. Prelate Perez comes in. Kind of a long man here for Mallards, the lefty hurler. More of an accuracy pitcher. The base is juiced. 1 out. And 2-1 pitch to Anthony. And high, got him swinging under it. 2-2.
Ball outside.
That one gets away from the catcher. Tiger flips and safe. Ooh, that's not how you want to give up a run. And good pitch there by Perez.
The second baseman,
Unless the run scores
number 24.
on the pass ball. 4-0 score here, folks. As Henry Russell steps in. And he kind of cue balls that one. To Diligence, that took an odd kind of trajectory. The Gorgonzola Grays, they get another run here in the top of the 4th. Going to the bottom of the frame here. Muddy Water steps in. Shante Pepper's quite the comfortable lead, and she's looking quite locked in. Let's take a temperature check on her as well. As that one is fouled away. 53 pitches here. Bottom of the fourth, and strike out. Look at those great Gorgonzola Grays do have some beautiful uniforms, gotta say. As Diligent steps in, still looking for her first hit of the tournament.
Ball high.
And that would be it. And it's going to be an extra base hit, I think. I don't know, it's played quite well off the wall there by Anthony. Holds her to a single. And that brings up Elliott Fan. 1 out, 1 runner on here for the Manchego Mallards. Can they turn 2? To wrestles. And no chance. But they get the lead runner. Now there are 2 outs, and Kelvin Hiker steps in.
No, that's high.
No threat to run there at first base. It's past the diving Franks. 1-1. And into foul territory. And almost hit him in the back knee. 2-2. And froze him. What a good pitch there by Shante Peppers. 3, 4, and 5 due up here for the Gorgonzola Grays in the top of the 5th. No, Shante Peppers is pitching excellent. And I mentioned the Grays have an exceptional rotation as Art Michaels steps in and looks at a strike there. Perez. Now 3-1. And working back. Choke up, choke and poke, and nope. Walked him. Yeah, they have a good rotation, and that is definitely their strong suit, for sure. Said maybe a little above average as the runner goes, and out. Ooh, boy.
That's inside.
Tried to get a little greedy there, did the Grays. 2-1, and a base hit up the middle. So Franks is on. And here's Zeke Bond, 0-for-2 today. Grace, like I said, are a little above average on power contact, definitely more of a contact hitting team, as that one is hit. Fair ball down into left field corner. Runner goes to third and slides in safely. And now we have runners in the corners, 1 out here for the Grays. Looking to add to that lead as Reams Baldwin steps in, looking for his first hit of the tournament. Almost got him chasing there. As you can see, too, the Grays are not the speediest team. Do have some folks that run quite well, but that one dies behind second base. The runner's coming home and safe. 5-0. Is the score, folks. Gorgonzola Grays over the Manchego Mallards.
That's high.
Cash Chavez steps in with 1 out, runners on first and second here in the top of the 5th. And that one is hit high and far, and that is gone. That is an upper deck job. Whew, that was a shot. 400-foot shot into right field. Chavez first homer, 3rd RBI of the tournament. And the Gorgonzola Grays are just blowing this one out. 8-0 here, top of the 5th. And power versus lefties is activated here for Malachi Jacobson. And he was going yard work with that swing. Tried to get in the chase, 2-2. And got well under that one. Is that going to hit the screen? Yes, it does. Back toward the brand new booth here. And that one is launched and gone. .373-foot shot. Jacobson's 2nd homer and 4th RBI of the tournament. And it's a 9-0 game. As Jackson Loyne steps in, and Perez is looking rattled now. And Carson slides to trap that one.
The center
Here's
fielder.
Anthony, 2 for
Number
3 today.
27.
Home run, a single, having a good day. And no threat to run there at first base. And why would you at this point if you're the Grays? I mean, this is interesting. 'Cause that one is hit. And, oh, nice diving catch there by Fan. Now there are 2 outs as Henry Russell steps in, 1 for 3 with a single today. And a base hit up the middle. You know, I'm seeing something different out of these Grays today. I'm seeing a little more aggressiveness
The third baseman. Number
in the batter's
29.
box, and they're
that's
they're
wrong.
jumping on pitches. You know, if the Mallards pitchers make a mistake, the Grays hitters won't. You know, they're finding holes, they're finding gaps.
Oh.
That's the final out. It's really, really interesting. These Grays hitters are definitely making the Mallards pitching staff,
The shortstop.
they're making them kind of adjust as they go, but, you know, making them pay for any mistake, you know, any missed pitch. And that one's popped up. It's going to be Peppers there.
You're out.
Catch that one for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Ibarra.
Fielder. Number 28.
Pepper still looks locked in.
Nope. Inside.
68 pitches now. Stats trending downward, so we'll probably see
Nope.
a reliever sooner than later, I would imagine. And wrestles. There's out number 2. And Austin Carson steps in, 1 for 2 now with the single.
Number 10.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And that one's fouled away. 1 and 2. And Carson swings through that one. Peppers continues to mow down this Manchego lineup. The heart of the order coming up too for the Grays.
First baseman. Number 12. Pitching.
And we're going to have
32.
the closer, Pretend Dapper, come in for the Mallards. Maybe just looking for some grounder third, and that's the first out. Maybe just looking for some
Designated hitter. Number
a steady
13.
arm to just kind of sit down these hitters so they can get to the bottom half of the frame and maybe
Ball outside.
get those big bats up.
Nope. That's inside.
3 and 1 now in Bond. Walk prone activated,
Take your
and there is the walk.
Now batting. The
Brings
left
up Baldwin,
fielder.
1 for 3 with
Number
a single and an
33.
RBI today. And it's a base hit. 2 on, 1 out. I feel like I said that every single
batting,
inning now
The right fielder.
that the
Number
Grays have
8.
been up. And here's Chavez.
Ball.
He homered his last time up. 1 and 1.
That's inside. Ball high.
Walk prone activated again. 3 and 1 to Chavez.
Take your base.
And he is walked. You know, walk prone is not something,
The shortstop.
not a trait that you want
Number
activated
41.
really on your closer. It's kind of a scary thing. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Ball
Malachi
inside.
Jacobson in, 2 and 1 count.
Ball, that's up.
And now the 3 and 1.
Ball 4.
And walks in a run. It's now 10-0. Gorgonzola Grays over these Manchego Mallards. And that's a base hit up the middle. 1 run comes home. Here comes the second. And slides in safely. It's a 12-0 ball game. And boy, the Grays are really, really blowing this game wide open. And Dapper is out. Salazar is in. I think they're
That's outside.
Manchego must have been really thinking that Dapper would just settle this game down, but Not so. As the bases are loaded again, and here's Henry Wrestles, 2 for 4, 2 singles today. Still 1 out.
Ball, that's inside.
And the 1-1 pitch, 2 wrestles.
Ball, that's outside.
And outside.
Ball, high.
And 3-1.
Ball 4.
And walks a run in, so, oh boy, 13 to nothing.
The third baseman, number 29.
Nope, high.
It's really interesting too because the Mallards are supposed to have
Nope, that's high.
a high-rated rotation and bullpen. And there's a little liner to Heaps for the second out. As Arlo Frank steps in, 2 singles and an RBI. He's 2 for 4 today. Supposed to have a plus-rated, that one's fouled away down the line. A plus-rated bullpen and plus-rated rotation, and today it's just not really panning out for them. That's how baseball go, folks.
Nope, high.
And Salazar is all in the red. And that one is ripped. Does that get over the wall? Yes, it does. A grand slam. Boy, that was a line drive gone awry. 371-foot shot. It is a 17 to nothing ball game here, folks. And Chip Houston
Number 62.
coming in. Now, we did see Houston got hit by a pitch in the first game of this set. And that one is an absolute moonshot. Where's that going to land? Holy cow. Wow. 431-foot Jack Bond's first homer, first RBI of this tournament. 18 to nothing, folks. Gorgonzola over Manchego.
33.
Now, Houston got hit by a comebacker in the first game of this tournament,
Ball, that's low.
in the first game of this set. He was questionable coming out of the bullpen, but they need all hands on deck to stop the bleeding. And that's, poor guy, it's off him again. Intense. Can't recover.
Now batting, the
Here's
right
Chavez.
fielder, number 8.
2 for 3. Home run double. Having a good game. And a base hit into left field. You know, this tournament is really interesting because so many of the teams are just overpowered and just completely stacked that it's honestly anyone's game
17.
at any moment. So, you know, Manchego gets up big 10-3 in the first game of the series. And now 18 to nothing here, top of the 6th.
No, that's high.
And the Grays are just having a field day.
That's low.
That one's in the dirt. And the runners advance. Boy, Hiker's having a rough game behind the plate. Full count now in Jacobson. And that one is fouled away.
That's ball 4.
And walks the bases loaded.
Now batting, the catcher, number 3.
And Jackson Loyne steps in now as that one is fouled away.
Foul ball.
And Pham with the diving stop.
He's out.
And that is out number 3, but oh boy, a 9-run top of the 6th. And that is a rough one, folks. 18 to nothing.
Number 13.
And Shante Peppers
Ball outside.
has the commanding lead and is still on the mound. That's right, Heaps looks at strike 2.
That's outside.
2-2 now.
Low.
Ooh, that looked like a good pitch. Full count.
Good 3.
Got her, 89. Peppers isn't really throwing gas out there, but is making her pitches. Doing a good job. Just got around on that one.
That's low.
1-1 on Estes.
Ball high. Ball outside.
See, velocity is now way down for Peppers in the red.
Take your base.
And that might be her last batter. We'll have to see as Cork Muddy Water steps in over 2.
Fielder, number
Stamina now in the red as well. Popped up. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Looks like Jacobson out there.
You're out.
It's out number 2. And I think that'll be Pepper's last hitter as Diligent steps in. And it is. We're going to have Redmond come in out of the bullpen.
No, inside.
Lefty on lefty matchup here. 1-1 on Diligence. And ooh, that one gets away. Loins behind the plate. So runner advances to second.
Ball outside.
And the 3-1 pitch now to Diligence.
Speed, run.
And Redmond is working back. Full count. And got her swinging through that one. All right, top of the order two up here
Now batting
for the Gorgonzola Grays.
Now pitching.
And we are,
Number 44.
this is an interesting game here. Hopper Monroe comes in. Out of the bullpen, he's a starter typically. 2-1 on Anthony.
High.
And high, 3-1. Fouled away into the Grays dugout. Does that have the distance? No, it does not. Warning track power, bar is there to get it. And that's out number 1. There's Henry wrestles. So the interesting thing about this tournament too, folks, is that where it's different than the Cheese League baseball season. And oh boy, good pitch there.
Ball high.
Change up inside, tied up wrestles. That's fouled away. 2-2.
Ball, that's low.
And full count. And a base hit up the middle. Just finished that thought. So what's different between the tournament and the Cheese League baseball season is that teams are just more willing to throw everything at a game. Just to win and just to advance to the next level of the tournament. So next level of that bracket.
That's down.
So here's Art Michaels, 2-2 on him, and looks at strike 3 in the inside part of the plate.
The first baseman.
And Arlo Frank steps in 3 for 5, home run, 2 singles, having an excellent day at the plate. He pops that one up. That one's going to get in the stands. Yes, it is. A lot of weird angles here, too, at Lafayette corner. Popped up. Got well under that one. And there is out number 3. And boy, oh boy, folks, the Manchego Mallards have quite the mountain to climb. It's 18-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Of course, we only played 7 innings here in Cheese League baseball, and that extends here to the Winter League Challenge.
No, that's low.
As Elliott Fan looks at 2 balls from Redmond, and there's a strike, big looping curve.
That's low.
And now a full count.
Take your base.
And he walks him. So leadoff hitter is walked.
The catcher.
Here's Calvin Hiker over 2.
36.
Mallards fans didn't like that call.
Ball, that's outside.
2-1. And popped up. Does that have the distance? No, it doesn't. Warning track power. Chavez is there. And he puts it away.
Now batting.
Brings up Santino intense.
Number 97.
With 1 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2. And that's a base hit into right field. That'll get that runner to third. So we'll have runners in the corners. Heck no. Out there in right field. So runners in the corners now. Ibarra steps in.
Ball, that's inside.
And that one's hit. And, oh, off the very top of the wall. And it's a triple. No, it's not. It's a single. Just a very long single. The Mallards are on the board, but boy, was that a weird hit. And that's a base hit into left field. Run scores 18-2 with runners on first and second and one out. Uriah Heep steps in. Boy, that was just really weird. It looked like he got all of that. Redmond to Wrestles to Franks, and there's the double play to end the game. The Gorgonzola Grays win. And boy, do they win big, folks. Holy cow. But that was really weird. It must have hit the very, very top of the yellow line and then just bounced back in, which is a fair ball. So, you know, we're gonna call it as it is. So that was an interesting little play there. See it all here in Cheese League Baseball. All right, let's look at the lines here, folks. 18-21-0 for the Gorgonzola Grays, 2-6-0 for the Manchego Mallards. Of course, that 5th and 6th inning just really blew open the game for the Grays. I'm going to be interested to see the lines here as we take a look at the offense. So on the Grays side, just a hit parade throughout. So many people had 3 hits. Let's just say everyone had 3 hits for the most part, the exception of Michaels, who had a rough game, and Jacobson, 1 for 2, but also had 3 walks. So if you take a look there, 8 walks on the Grays side. So that is a lot of walks. Fletcher definitely didn't have his best stuff today, and some folks out of the bullpen, but Mallards definitely did not have their best stuff. Only 4 strikeouts on the Grays side. Take a look at the Mallards. There's not a lot of offense to really talk about. You know, 2 for 4, Carson up top, and then 1 hit each for Diligence Fan and Intense Navarra. So just not a lot of hits here throughout. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts though on the Mallard side. So they just couldn't catch up to Peppers for whatever reason. She's just a really tough pitcher for these Mallards. And the Mallards pitchers, you know, I said it during the game. They just kind of jumped. The Grays hitters just jumped on these Mallards pitchers if they made a wrong pitch, and you know, that was it. So Peppers gets the win. Pitches 5 2/3. Sure, we'll see here in the tops. And Fletcher gets the loss. And just look at the difference too between the Mallards and the Grays, in which the number of pitchers that they used, and they just kind of Mallards threw everything at this game to really try to stop the bleeding. All right, top 3 players here, folks. Chavez, 3 for 4, a homer, a double, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs. Arlo Franks, 3 for 6, a homer, 5 RBIs, and 2 runs. And Malachi Jacobson, 1 for 2, a homer, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. Let's just shout out Shante Peppers as well. 5 1/3 innings pitched. She just pitched exceptionally well. You know, for a team that has a really great rotation, Peppers doesn't have like lights out stuff, but not like what we see Rivers in for the Great Apes. It doesn't have lights out stuff, but really calmed down these Manchego hitters who came off that big 10-3 win against the Grays in the first game of this set. So that is how this game ends up here, folks. Thank you so much for watching here. Cheese League Baseball is, of course, the Winter League Challenge. Appreciate it. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Geek_Cheese. That's where you're going to find all of your Cheese League Baseball announcements, Winter League Baseball schedule announcements, all that fun stuff. And check out our second channel too, twitch.tv/geekcheese. That is where you'll find some more fun stuff that we do with some of our friends. So that's good stuff here, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for bearing with us here in the new booth as we get things set up and organized up here. But we appreciate all the love and support as we watch fake baseball. And yeah, it's lots of fun. Enjoying the Winter League Challenge so far. That is it for me today, folks. Have a good one. Grays win. Take care. Bye.